Hey, warrior. The manipulator does not fear your anger. He feeds on it. He does not fear your tears. He drinks them. He does not fear your explanations. He uses them to find new cracks in your armor. But the Stoic moves differently. The Stoic has developed something the manipulator cannot map, cannot exploit, cannot survive. 7 cold habits that make a manipulator's entire strategy collapse. Not aggression, not revenge, just habits. Quiet, lethal, permanent. You have been trying to reason with someone who is not interested in reason. You have been explaining yourself to someone who already decided not to understand. You have been giving your energy to someone who was only ever counting how much you had left. You apologized when you did nothing wrong. You softened your boundaries so they would not feel uncomfortable. You stayed when every part of your body told you to leave. And each time you did, they learned something. They learned that your limits are negotiable. They learned that your silence can be broken. They learned that your peace is available to whoever pushes hard enough. That is not love, warrior. That is not patience. That is a slow and quiet surrender of everything you were built to protect. But the Stoic does not bleed in public. He bleeds in private. And then he rises. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He wrote this 2,000 years ago. But he was writing about you. He was writing about the moment you are standing in right now. The moment you realize that the manipulator never had power over you. He only had power over your reactions. And your reactions are yours to command. And that, warrior, is the foundation of everything you are about to learn. 1. The habit of radical silence. There is a silence that breaks a manipulator faster than any argument ever could. Not the silence of someone who has nothing to say. The silence of someone who has chosen to say nothing. Manipulators live inside your reactions. They throw a comment into the air. They wait. They watch you scramble to respond. They feed on the scramble. Epictetus taught, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." They insult you. You react. They escalate. You explain. They win. But when you go silent, truly silent, warrior, you remove the oxygen from the only fire they know how to start. They push. You become stone. They provoke. You become wall. They wait for the reaction they planned their entire move around. And the reaction never comes. That is not avoidance. That is the most devastating weapon you have ever held. 2. The habit of zero justification. There is a trap every manipulator builds before you even realize construction has begun. It is called the explain yourself trap. They question your decision. You justify it. They question your character. You defend it. They question your worth. You prove it. And with every explanation you hand them, they take notes. Seneca wrote, "Speak only if it improves upon the silence." They doubt you. You over-explain. They doubt harder. You explain more. They control the entire conversation, using your own words as ammunition. But the Stoic never steps onto the witness stand, warrior. Not because he has something to hide, but because he answers to no jury, not argument, not defense, just the cold, immovable certainty of someone who knows exactly who he is. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop feeding the machine they built to consume you. No is a complete sentence, and silence is its most powerful punctuation. 3. The habit of emotional flatness. There is a state the manipulator has never encountered in a target, and it is the one state that dismantles him completely. Emotional flatness, not coldness, not cruelty, just the complete absence of the emotional peaks and valleys he has learned to weaponize. He escalates. You remain level. He creates a crisis. You observe it like weather. He performs outrage. You take notes. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. They perform. You watch. They repeat the performance louder. You watch with the same quiet eyes. They lose their grip because their grip was always built on your instability. And that warrior, a man who cannot be moved emotionally, is a man who cannot be controlled. That is not indifference. That is the most sophisticated form of power a human being can develop. 4. The habit of strategic withdrawal. There is a move so quiet, so deliberate, so devastating, that most people never even realize it is happening until it is already complete. Strategic withdrawal. Not disappearing in anger, not punishing through silence, simply reducing access, systematically, permanently. Your presence is premium currency, warrior. Your warmth, your humor, your attention, your time. These are not available to everyone. They must be earned. Epictetus taught, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish. Wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." They disrespect you. You remove one level of access. They cross a line. You remove another. They escalate. You become a gray rock, perfectly polite, completely cold, functionally unreachable. Not loud withdrawal, not dramatic exit. Just the quiet, permanent rearrangement of who has clearance to your inner world. The manipulator cannot survive what he cannot reach, and you have just become unreachable. 5. The habit of observation without reaction. There is a shift in perception that changes everything, and it costs the manipulator every tool he owns. It is the moment you stop being a participant and become an observer. You stop living inside the interaction. You begin watching it, the way a scientist watches a specimen. Detached, curious, unmoved. He makes a move. You note it. He performs. You catalogue the performance. He tests a boundary. You observe which boundary he chose and why. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. They create a storm, warrior. You choose not to enter it. They manufacture a crisis. You watch it from the shore. They expect you to drown with them. You remain dry, completely." That is not callousness. That is the Stoic's clinical eye, the ability to see chaos for exactly what it is, without becoming it. When you observe without reacting, you remove the one ingredient every manipulator requires, your participation. 6. The habit of iron consistency. There is something a manipulator cannot survive, and it has nothing to do with confrontation. It is consistency. The quiet, daily, unbreakable consistency of a man who means what he says, and says exactly what he means. Every time, without exception. The manipulator's strategy depends on exceptions. He needs the one time you bend, the one moment you soften, the one situation where your line moves, because once he finds that exception, he makes it the new starting point. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." He tests the boundary once, you hold it. He tests it differently, you hold it the same way. He applies pressure. The boundary does not move. Because warrior, a boundary that moves is not a boundary. It is an invitation. When your word is iron, when your limits are the same on Tuesday as they are on Saturday, as they are under pressure, as they are under charm, the manipulator has nothing to work with. Consistency is the one language that every toxic person understands and fears. 7. The habit of building in private. There is a final habit that the manipulator never sees coming because it happens entirely outside his reach. In the dark, in the quiet, in the private hours when no one is watching. You build. While he is plotting his next move, you are getting stronger. While he is constructing his next script, you are building your inner citadel. Brick by brick, promise by promise you keep to yourself. Discipline by discipline. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." He expects to find you the same man he left destabilized. He returns to find a wall where a door used to be. He searches for the familiar cracks. They are sealed. He looks for the emotional levers he mapped. They have been removed. And that warrior, that private construction, is the habit he can never infiltrate. Because it happens inside you, where he was never invited, where he will never arrive. Not performance, not display, just the slow, silent, devastating accumulation of a man who chose to build himself instead of fighting his enemies. If you've come this far, warrior, you already feel it. Something has shifted. Something quiet has settled inside you. A certainty that was not there before. You don't need to explain your silence to those who weaponized your words. You don't need to justify your distance to those who mistook your presence for weakness. You don't need their understanding to move forward into the life they were never meant to be part of. That is not coldness. That is not cruelty. That is the sound of a man who has finally decided that his peace is worth more than being understood by the wrong people. The Stoics never taught hatred. They taught clarity. They did not teach you to close your heart. They taught you to guard it, to choose, with the precision of someone who understands exactly what is worth protecting and what is not. You are not here to be consumed by those who cannot create. You are not here to be emptied by those who cannot fill. You are here to build something so solid, so grounded, so deeply rooted in your own sovereignty that manipulation finds no surface to grip. Not now, not ever again. Every time you choose silence over reaction, you take back a piece of yourself they thought they owned. Every time you withdraw your access without explanation, you remind them that your presence was always a privilege, never a guarantee. Every time you build in private while they expect you to be broken, you become something they have no category for, unmapped, unreachable, unbreakable. Go now, warrior, quietly, powerfully. The manipulator does not fear your anger. He never did. He fears your silence, your consistency, your cold, unshakable habit of choosing yourself every single time. That is the weapon he cannot survive, and it has been yours all along.